Today, I want to talk about something I'm calling mental illiquidity. Now, what the actual F do I mean by mental illiquidity? When you're talking about normal liquidity, you're talking about how easily access your funds are. So, if you have a credit card and you can swipe that credit card and make a purchase, that's very easy liquidity. Or if you have cash, you could just hand it to someone and receive a good or services. That's super liquid, although not that many people use cash anymore. But what I mean by mental illiquidity is that the tendency to not spend or not use certain buckets of funds that you own because there's a mental block against it. So the mental block isn't an actual block. So a good example of that would be this wearable wealth. So this probably can get you about $500 in cash if you were to sell it. And if you needed the money really, really badly, you could do that pretty quickly. You could take it down to the local pawn shop, you can exchange it, they'll weigh it, and you'll get some money for it. But how likely are you to do that? I would say very unlikely to do that unless you really, really needed the money. So unless push comes to shove, you're not just going to sell a beautiful piece of 24 karat gold. But you could. So that's why I call it mental illiquidity. It's like you will not spend that money unless you absolutely have to. That is in stark contrast to something like, say, a PayPal balance. So when you have a PayPal account, you can put money just on the balance. So that doesn't require you to use your card or your bank or any other funding source. It's just money that you're keeping in your PayPal. How fast do you want to spend that money? I know for me, if I have a PayPal balance, I just want to spend it as soon as possible. So that's very liquid, and there's no mental barrier for me doing that, really. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that by owning something like 24 karat gold jewelry and having this wearable wealth, as I mentioned, it's a good way to stop yourself from just spending all your money. And so if you're looking to save a portion of your money for the future and you want to not spend everything that you have and you want some sort of savings plan, consider something like 24 karat gold jewelry because the mental illiquidity is very high and you will most likely not want to spend it. You most likely just want to stare at it like this or drop it in a glass of water.